This is my audience. It's that time of the week again, of every quarter, finals week. It's the week when every college student faces when their professors start preparing their final exams, and the college students start to get really high anxiety levels and start to stress, and also they start to study harder because you literally have no idea how this test is going to look like, how this test might be. Basically, you just have no idea until you basically take the test, and then that's when you'll find out how your final exam is. But you have to prepare for your final exams, because if you don't prepare, you eventually might fail. Because nobody's going to hand you success. Success is earned. And the only way you'll earn success is by putting your mind and putting all the effort into knowing the background of the classes that you're taking and winging that final exam. You got to start saying to yourself, yes, I'm going to do really good in this class. Yes, I'm going to pass this class. And yes, I will do everything. I will put my all just in order to get an A, or basically have a goal in order to pursue, or just in order to just pass this class. Basically, that's how I like to set my mind at the beginning of every quarter. I like to set my mind as of like saying, okay, well, I need to have an A by the end of this quarter when I take the final exam, because if I don't, maybe something else might happen. That's the way I like to set myself up. Because when it comes to graduation, that's when you'll know that you have really accomplished your goals. After you receive your diploma, you'll realize that all that effort, all that hard work that you've put in during all the classes that you've taken at the community college here will finally pay off. And you have one shot at every final exam of the classes that you take at the community college, and you must take it, because if you don't take it, it's like an opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime to you, and it decides the fate of your grade, basically. And now, failure happens to everyone. Yes, it's happened to me, and I'm pretty sure it's happened to everyone else in the world. But don't be scared of it, because just like I said, everyone has faced failure. But you just have to keep telling yourself, okay, well, first you have to face failure and be like, okay, yes, I faced failure. Well, let that ease in. Yes, cry or do whatever it takes, but just let that ease in. And then by the next day, just try and come back up and be like, what did I do wrong? Try and figure out what areas you needed to improve on, in order to just see where you can improve on when you take it and for the next time. And just just challenge your mind after that. Just challenge yourself and to take a challenge. Challenge yourself by saying, okay, I'm going to take the challenge of retaking this test, and I will pass this class and have a better grade, or a better passing grade than I did for the last time that I took it. If you want to think that you will do good for your finals, you got to put your mind into it. You have to study day and night. I like to think of it as if it were to be like a situation, like if it were to be life and death. That's how I like to think of as almost every classroom. If I don't study, I might either die or live. Like if I don't study, I might die. That's how I like to put it. I don't know why, but that's the way I like to set my goals for passing or failing my classes. You have to make your dreams come a reality once you have passed your classes, because if you fail your classes, your dreams if you don't pass your classes, you're going to take longer at the community college, and you don't want that to happen. You want to finish your 2-year degree at the community college. Because if you don't make your dreams become a reality, you might make others have their dreams become a reality. The way I like to think of it is that if you are a business person and you have a job and you go to community college, and just because you failed, you basically just isolate yourself from school and just stay more focused on work, then you're going to let the person that you're working for have their dreams rise more than the dream that you had at the college before you actually quit. That's how I look at it. Your mom and dad look up to you as kind of like a role model because they never had an opportunity that you've had. But I can relate to this because when I started in high school, my parents never did really go to middle. They didn't really finish high school until when they were in Mexico, and I graduated from Wall High here in Walla Walla in the year of 2014, and that was the first from my family, and that was really um, um, a really great thing for me to face because I was the first one, and my sister's gonna be the next within the next 2 years. And it's just a really great feeling because I feel like I accomplished something in my family that really has just kept me moving forward, and I'm also one of the first from my family to also attend college, which is also really great. And that's one of the goals that I have set in my mind to like keep on moving forward because I feel like that if I stop going to college, I'm gonna let my parents down, and I'm also just not gonna let my generation from my family just keep on rising. If passing all your classes was easy, everyone would take it. Why? Because it'd be really easy to pass all your classes. But apparently, that's not the case. Not every class in college is easy. You have to take those obstacles and try and go over them because if you don't try and go over them, then you'll eventually just stay at the top of that mountain and eventually you'll either fall or you'll stay right there. And when things don't work out for you in your classes, I want you to think of the reasons that keep you strong academically or something that you can do in order to just be focused on like, okay, well, I failed the class and now or I'm stressing about like not passing this class. Well, the things that I like to do when I cope with these type of situations is I like to go to the gym and work out and just put all my stress and anxiety into a workout. I like to jog. I like to lift. I usually just put it all in a workout and then just try and literally just work everything into my workout, and that's the only way I can cope with it. And I would really recommend that for all of you. There's a saying by Eric Thomas, and he says, when life knocks you down, try and lay on your back because if you can look up, then you can get up. And this is a really deep quote by Eric Thomas because it's true that if you get hit, well, I guess, yeah, if you get hit in the face and you get knocked down and you fall back but you're on your back, you're obviously going to look up and get up. Why? Because it's like a natural thing for people to do. It's like you have to get back up. And I like to think of it as like college. Like, yeah, you fail the class. Well, you can still get back up and retake it. Nobody says you can't. I like to think of it as that. That's one motivational tip that I would recommend for you is to just keep on moving forward because just because you failed or basically didn't pass your class doesn't mean you can't retake it. You still have another chance. Just get back up and try to move forward. As opposed to saying that saying no, I'm gonna fail or my life is over and college is not right for me, just keep your mind really positive because if you just let those thoughts into your head, you'll eventually just drop out and just not even go to college, which is the worst thing for you to do because you need to pursue your dream. I want to become a school counselor, and that's my dream because I really like helping out people with their problems, and I just want to keep on like moving forward. Basically, I'm not gonna graduate till next year, and that's because I still need more credits, but because of some of the classes that I have maybe not have passed, but I'm still moving forward, and I'm still basically just trying to get all the credits that I can in order to pass and finish on time by next year. The biggest enemy that there will ever be in the situations of either passing or failing a class is you, because in the end, once you take your final, the biggest enemy you have is yourself, because there is no enemy within. The enemy outside cannot do us no harm. And that's really true, because you face yourself when you take a final. And when you face yourself, you're basically facing your own mind, your knowledge, everything you put into to take that final. And basically, my speech was basically about, like, don't give up. I know there's situations that come to you and be like, okay, no, I'm not going to pass this class, or I'm going to fail. I'm going to, you're going to pour out and cry or whatever. But you really have to just move on forward. Just because you failed doesn't mean you really failed. You can still move on. You can still retake it. Just trying to improve. Just try and find the loophole, or trying to find something where, try to find the area where you basically just did not do well and improve on it, and you'll for sure do really well. And that's my speech on moving forward, basically. Thank you.